Man, what did Deion Sanders tell you when he first got hired by Colorado? We coming. The Buffs have officially arrived. I told y'all all off season that Deion ain't go all the way to Boulder, Colorado to win some damn 3 games. These boys are ready to win now. And I told y'all Colorado was going to win this game. And y'all said, man, JT, you gazing Colorado. You drinking the Kool-Aid. You overrating Colorado. No, y'all were underrating the Buffs. And you were down to Deion Sanders. You were down to Shedeur. You were down to Travis Hunter. And look where that got you. If you took Colorado to win this game, you should be very, very happy because you're going to have a very good payday coming your way. And if you thought that TCU was 20.5 points better than Colorado, shame on you. Shame on you. People were treating TCU coming into this game like they were Georgia or they were Alabama. Man, JT, you tripping. You really think TCU, a team that just made it to the national championship, is going to lose to Deion Sanders in his first game? Hell yeah. This team only returned 3 starters on offense. Yes, they did have a veteran group on defense, but they had a new quarterback and a new offensive coordinator. You see, everybody was worried about, can Deion make it work with all these guys for the transfer portal? And you were overlooking that TCU had just as many things that they were implementing that were going to be new, just like Colorado was. Just not on the same scale. They weren't overhauling their whole entire roster, but there were a lot of new faces that TCU had on offense in this game. And you see, people have something that a lot of people refer to as the recency bias. And recently, TCU was just in the national championship. So obviously, you look at TCU coming into this game and the fact that they were in the national championship and Colorado only won 1 game last year, most people would tell you TCU was going to win this game and they were going to do it convincingly. That's why the games aren't played on paper, people. You thought that TCU was a more talented team than Colorado because what they did last year, and you didn't judge them by the team they actually had this year. They got a lot of guys from the transfer portal that they started in this game too on offense. Just like Colorado. Colorado, though, they had more difference makers. Travis Hunter was absolutely phenomenal in this game. You guys should already know about Shedeur Sanders. Travis Hunter, you should already know about also. He was the #1 recruit for a reason. When Deion flipped him from Florida State to Jackson State, he fucked up college football. Everybody was going crazy over it. They were losing their marbles. And you may not have been paying attention to Travis Hunter when he was playing for Jackson State. Well, you better be paying attention now. This dude said before the season that he feels he can win the Heisman, and after what the hell I just saw this dude do today, he damn near can. This fool was playing significant reps on both offense and defense and had 11 receptions, 119 receiving yards, and 2 drop touchdowns. If he would have caught those 2 touchdowns plus that interception that he had in the red zone, we will be hyping up Travis Hunter to be one of the greatest college football players ever. So, of course, with the drop touchdowns that he had, it kind of takes away from how truly impressive this performance actually was. This is an impressive performance, but imagine if he would have hauled in those 2 touchdowns, fam, the Travis Hunter hype would be at all-time levels. Travis Hunter is already one of the best players in college football. He's up there with Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't care if this is the first week of the regular season. Travis Hunter was already one of the best players in college football when he was at Jackson State. I keep trying to tell you guys, it doesn't matter where you go. If you're talented, you're talented. You can ball at Jackson State and you can ball at Colorado. Who gives a fuck if you have a step up in competition? It doesn't matter. If you know how to play football, you know how to play football. And that goes to my next point. All the people that were coming at me saying, oh, you overrated Shedeur Sanders. He was doing that at Jackson State. There's no way he's going to do that against better competition. And Shedeur Sanders, let's read what he did today since he was going to struggle against better competition. 38 to 47, 510 passing yards, and 4 touchdowns and no picks. But Shedeur Sanders was going to struggle, though. When you have a great quarterback and you have elite playmakers like Deion Edwards, who was a true freshman, by the way. He was a 4-star recruit, top 250 player, and Deion got him also. True freshman. 5 receptions, 135 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns. And he was also doing work on the ground as a running back as well. He's like the second coming of Deuce Vaughn. This Colorado team, they may not have tons of depth. Is their defensive line great? Absolutely not. Their defensive line is what we thought it would be. Their offensive line played better than what most people expected. They had a center who I was trying to tell you guys was a freshman All-American last year, according to Pro Football Focus. But everybody tried to make it seem like Colorado's offensive line was small. What? They got several guys on that offensive line who are 300 plus. How the hell did they have a small offensive line? This receiving core, fantastic. Jimmy Horn Jr., Xavier Weaver, both had extraordinary games outside of Travis Hunter and Deion Edwards. Colorado is here. When Deion said we coming, he meant it. And they're here. And he's not here to win no damn 3.5 games. I got Colorado winning 7 games this year. They just beat TCU. I'm not shocked. I saw this coming all off season. I know it seems like I'm bragging, but y'all been coming at me all off season saying I was overhyping Colorado when I was trying to tell y'all all off season for the last 4 to 5 months that this is not just hype. Deion Sanders, everywhere he goes, he succeeds. He wins. He won at Jackson State. He won as an NFL player. He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. And with this win, do you know how many more recruits he's about to flip? If you're an Oklahoma fan, a Georgia fan, a USC fan, Alabama fan, whoever you root for, if your favorite team is one of those blue chip elite programs that has some elite recruits right now, you better watch out for Coach Prime, because after this win, do you know what this shows? Those recruits out there, all of those people in the transfer portal who are looking to transfer to Colorado next year, it shows them that Deion Sanders isn't just talk. He's not just hype. He's about this shit. He's not just saying shit just to say it. He's not just trying to do a whole PR publicity stunt. When Colorado hired Deion Sanders, they expect this fool to come in and deliver, and he did that. Colorado, from this point forward, could only win 1 game, and it wouldn't matter because people will forever remember Colorado upsetting number 17 ranked TCU in his Colorado head coaching debut. You already doubted Colorado's ability to compete with some of the best teams in America, and they did that today. And you're really going to continue to doubt them? This is lightning in a bottle? Stop it. You see what Colorado has on that team. They don't have no regular jabronis from the transfer portal. They got some really talented players, and they got some players that are going to be top 10 picks in the NFL in the future. Shedeur and Travis Hunter are going to be 2 of those guys. Who's going to be next? TCU, they were able to be effective at taking advantage of Colorado's defensive line. Their pass rush wasn't really getting home on Chandler Morris. And Chandler Morris, outside of that interception, I felt he played pretty well. Now, he did throw another interception, but I think that was more so a great play versus that just being a mistake on Chandler Moore's part. Travis Hunter is just a beast. TCU moving forward is going to be a solid team. Them losing to Colorado doesn't mean, they're going to be terrible. Sonny Dykes is the next Gene Chizik. TCU, you guys just forgot the fact that they're not a football factory. They're not Georgia, Alabama, or Ohio State. They can't just simply reload. They got to rebuild. It may take TCU 2 to 3 seasons to get back to the level that they were in 2022. 2022, they had a lot of veterans. They also had a big story at quarterback in Max Duggan. That was a lightning in a bottle situation. That was the prime definition of what people hope a Cinderella run will be in the college football playoffs. Nobody thought TCU was going to beat Michigan. Nobody expected TCU to make it to the national championship. Colorado was going up against a team that was trying to find themselves. They weren't the juggernaut that you remember them being last year. And that's why I keep trying to tell you people, stop trying to define teams and how they're going to perform in the future based on history. History doesn't win games and it doesn't decide outcomes. You got to judge teams for what they have in front of you. And what Colorado had going into this game was a team that was severely overlooked and disrespected and shitted on by many people. ESPN gave Colorado, an 8 to 9% chance of winning this game. TCU had a 91% chance to win this game. That was so disrespectful. When you look at the performances that we saw in this game, people were treating Colorado like they was one of those schools that you pay a lot of money to blow out. Like they were Middle Tennessee State or Appalachian State or something. No, Colorado has talent. I don't know why it's taking them beating TCU for people to wake up. But if you was paying attention to what they were getting in the transfer portal, you would know that this team was going to be ready to play against TCU. And also, it was week 1. The best chance to pull off an upset is the first week of the college football season because you can find teams like TCU who are going through a little bit of an adjustment phase with new players and a new offensive coordinator where they could come out a little bit rusty. You saw how they came out guns blazing, fast as hell on offense the first quarter, then they started to slow it down as we progressed throughout the game. You see, when you've been going the last 3 to 5 months just practicing against yourself, when you go against another team, it's different. It takes a little bit of time to adjust to going against somebody else other than yourself. And sometimes you can be a little bit rusty. TCU, they lost to a really solid team. Colorado was a top 25 team, in my opinion, coming in to this season. And I think they kind of proved that in this game, don't you think? And if you want to keep doubting Deion Sanders, go ahead. Deion Sanders is a polarizing figure. You either love him or you hate him. No matter how you feel about Deion Sanders, I do think that you should show this Colorado team and what Deion Sanders did a lot of roses or show them a lot of appreciation and give them a lot of congratulations for what the hell they just pulled off this afternoon, because majority of you guys doubted Deion Sanders. You thought this was no more than a publicity stunt. You thought this shit was going to crash and burn, and Deion Sanders did the unthinkable today, people. Colorado 45, TCU 42. And I've been telling you guys all throughout this offseason that Colorado was not to be messed with. And I think, for all you guys who are coming at me saying, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, JT. Oh, you're just a hot take machine. You're not doing no research. You're just drinking the Kool-Aid. If you was one of those people who were saying those things, you might as well go ahead and give us a 5-star review, because I think we have more than proved that we're not a hot take merchant. We're not looking for views or clicks. If we say something over here, best believe that we do the research. It's not something that we're just going off feelings or emotions. Like, I was really telling you people all off season that Colorado had a squad. They don't got a lot of depth, but they got some really talented players who can make up for their lack of depth with them being able to make big plays and big moments. What did you see out of Travis Hunter? Doing nothing but stepping up and making big plays in the biggest moments of the game. Same thing with Shedeur Sanders. Big plays make big time players make big plays in big games. Go ahead, rate the JT Sports Podcast 5 stars on all podcasting platforms: Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon. If you was one of those people who was saying I was an idiot, I didn't know what the hell I was talking about, I was overhyping Colorado, you don't got to apologize. All you got to do is just give us a 5-star review. That's all. That's all I want. Because I did tell everybody all off season, I made hella videos saying Colorado was going to be a legit team. So go ahead, give us a 5-star review. We're available on all podcasting platforms. All you got to do is type in the JT Sports Podcast and it will pop up. Or you can go down to the description down below, scroll down a little bit, and there will be a link to the Apple and Spotify versions of the podcast. I appreciate you guys for tuning in into this quick reaction. Colorado beats TCU 45-42. Coach Prime said, "We coming," and the Buffs, they're here.